Aloha! You're watching F5 On Demand. And welcome to In 5 Minutes or Less with Peter Silva. And today I'm going to show you, in 5 minutes or less, how to consolidate all of your access methods on a single Big IP Edge gateway. And a special thanks to OnlineStopwatch.com as always. So let's start the clock. I've logged on to a Big IP Edge gateway. The Big IP Edge Gateway brings together necessary edge services, remote access, site-to-site security, WAN optimization, and web acceleration, giving you secure, accelerated, and highly available applications to any user around the world. You can see here on the GUI we have some device wizards, which you can certainly go through, but we'll go to local traffic first and all of the typical settings on the Big IP, your virtual servers and such, your pools, iRules. You can also do WAN optimization, so accelerating application traffic to your branch offices or your end users. You can also accelerate your web applications to your end users for speedy LAN-like performance. And then there's the access policy where you control all of your AAA servers, your authentication, authorization, and auditing, your ACL, so layer 4 and layer 7 access control lists, single sign-on configurations for web applications. You can create web tops. You can create your network access tunnels, so the traditional SSL VPN tunnel, and also web applications, securing portals through a reverse proxy on the back end. So if we go to virtual servers, and you can see here I've set up 3 edge instances for our access methods. There's the LAN access, so a network access control instance, a remote instance for our VPN users, and a wireless instance for those connecting over Wi-Fi. Let's take a quick look at the remote. And here you can see it's the typical settings that you're used to on Big IP. Very easy, fill in the blanks. All of the configurations and profiles that you're used to on Big IP, but now there is also access policy and WAN optimization available. And you can see here under access policy, there is none. So we're going to have to create that. And you can also choose any WAN optimization right here within the virtual server. So let's go to access profiles. You can also see here that you can push down a Windows group policy to end users, even if they're not part of the Active Directory domain. So there's a parent profile here. Let's create one. And simply VPN. You can see I've been practicing. And we're going to leave everything pretty much separate. There's the single sign-on configurations, domain cookies, and such to enable that. Let's click Finished. And here's our VPN policy. Now I'm going to click Edit under Access Policy, and this launches the Visual Policy Editor, so a human-readable flow chart so you can check those endpoints and assign resources and authenticate and query and everything else. If you remember from FirePass, we introduced the VPE for all of the pre-logon sequences. And so it's very simply, you have a plus sign here. Let's click that. And I'm going to check for antivirus, add item. And here under antivirus, you can pretty much see that any of them, I'm not going to bother with the other stuff, but I am going to say for not older than 10 days, save. And here, I'm going to choose firewall, add item. And here you can see the fallbacks are deny, the fallbacks are deny. And if we're successful with the firewall check, I'm going to do an AD authentication. Actually, you know what? Let's do a logon page first, add item. And you can see all the customization that's available for the logon page and save. And then now we'll do our AD authentication, add item. Now I've set up authentication server in that AAA server area, and that will be available here. domain controller, save. So we've done our AD auth. We've given them a logon page. Now after we've authenticated them, we're going to assign a resource, add item. Now you could create one of these for any of them or create a single policy and attach it to each of those virtual instances. So let's add a new entry, set network access resource. I've created a network access resource previously. And I'm going to choose remote users. That's the one I set up. Update and click save. Created that. And instead of deny, we're going to say allow and save. So we've now created this policy. You can see end-to-end policy creation. Let's close this out and go back to the GUI. So now the VPN policy is here. It is green and enabled. And now if we go back to our virtual servers, and we click on our remote instance. And now we go down to the HTTP profile. And now that VPN policy is available here under access profile. I'm also going to choose a connectivity profile, VPN profile, click update. And there you have it. The virtual server now has that profile attached to it. So it'll check the endpoint for those various things, authenticate them with AD, and then assign them the network access resource. And you can do similar with these other three. Let's check the time. Well, we went a little over, and I think this is the first time I've actually gone a little over. So that's all right. There you have it. How to consolidate all of your access methods on the Big IP Edge Gateway, which will integrate with your existing enterprise infrastructure and applications while simultaneously providing authentication, authorization, and access to networks, applications, and portals. This is Peter Silva for F5 Networks. Thanks for watching, and visit us at www.f5.com.